I mean, she said, first of all, I didn't know that it would be this hard. I mean, she said, I knew this job would be hard, but she didn't know that she would be a victim of a kidnapping plot. I mean, what is it about Governor Whitmer that bothers people so much? Because if you compare to our state of Ohio, if you look side by side to what our governor did and what she did, it's almost identical.
I think Mars told you, my man. But
What is it about her? What is it about her?
The word "her." That's it. Period. She's a
That's
white
it.
woman
You
telling.
nailed it
Well,
right there.
well,
You
also
nailed it right there.
she asserted power to shut down this to make people wear the mask, and she set laws in place in her state. Now,
And then Trump's response just angers me so much. I mean,
because
if she keeps her state closed, what does that have to do with anything?
but he never addressed the issue of the terrorists.
I will give him some credit because it was his State Department. It was his Justice Department. However, let's not let him off the hook. Let him give him too much credit because those people are career professionals. So whether Trump tell them to do it or not, they're going to do their job. So he can't take full credit for it, even though he didn't have under his watch. But
oh no, he'll take credit for whatever is looked at positively.
Well, like John Michael just said, he didn't have too much to say about it, and that's the issue I have is that he was focused on her politics more so than the case itself.
Yeah.
And that's what I see with supporters. Now, the one guy that they caught that they said they was was changing up because his attitude changed because of the mask wearing. He felt his constitutional rights were taken away. Again, people can think a certain way, and that's how African Americans feel in regards to the police. We feel our constitutional rights are taken away all the time, but what do we hear? Comply. If you comply, this won't happen. And you hear that. So in this situation with these,
but we don't want to put the shoe on the other foot, do we?
We don't. And so with the militia, with these militias that are out here, this is nothing new. This has been going on for years. And I
so
don't.
We could say to the militia groups, just comply, and there wouldn't be any problems.
But how many people in these neighborhoods, just like that man right there who knew that one guy, how many of these people in every neighborhood in America know someone who's a racist or a white supremacist, part of the Klan, or some other type of group that is anti-government, anti-race, or whatever it may be, and don't say anything?
Right.
Don't step up.
Right. Thank God for the people that did speak up. Obama's White House actually said that's the biggest. It was his White House in the first that said that the growing domestic terrorism is the biggest threat to this country. And now even Trump's White House is starting to say that. Well, it started because this little black guy from Chicago wound up with a job at the White House. Yeah. And it started brewing. So, I mean, again, if we start right now, I thank God for the young people. I believe my generation failed this country. I believe everybody born in, most people born in the 60s. I believe that we live off the wave of MLK and Malcolm X. And we said, okay, I'm done. I don't have to do any fighting. And I believe that the generation now saying, I am not putting up with it. You're not sticking no dogs on me, because they live so long, so good. If they can't even themselves to be suffering like we do. So they go, oh no, it's not gonna happen to me. These are the same kids that pop willies in the middle of the street without tags on their cars. They don't have no fear. They quit jobs so fast and make your head spin. They don't stay on the job more than 60 days. So they're saying enough is enough, and they're bringing their white neighbors with them. That's the only way it's going to change, because my generation failed this country. I just think they did.
That's interesting that you say that.
I agree with that to a certain extent, is that we have, because we didn't continue a movement of equality. I mean, when I say we didn't continue it, again, we kind of conformed, to what was going on. And these young people are like, what do you mean conform? You're not going to treat me like that. And like, again, when we grew up, because think about it, I was born in '69. The Civil Rights Act was passed in '64. So that wasn't too long. You're still in the process of understanding what rights you really have. You know what I'm saying? So these people, although we grew up in a generation of the rights, we grew up because our parents were cautious of what rights we really had. They were truly, and I'll give you